What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be working on the Honda and finally pulling it out and getting it on the stand and go ahead and start breaking it down, cleaning it up, all that kind of stuff. We've also kind of rearranged the shop, and today I was driving the Mustang, so I wanted to bring it in because, you know, magic vinyl, whatever, looks cool, looks good for the camera. But I need to fix this again. I'm gonna eventually put like a quick release tab on this, but as for right now, it's just gonna snap in. Yeah. All right, now that looks way better. So yeah, let me move the toolboxes around, get the cherry picker out, and then we'll rearrange the jack, move it this way, that way we can get the cherry picker up on that side. And then we put you down and let's get some time lapse. Alright, now that we got all that situated, I went ahead and move that box over there too, so I can swing this around. I think it'll be ready to be pulled out. I know it doesn't have much left. A couple more connectors. I'm gonna try something new. I might put y'all on the head mount and see if I can get better footage that way, but let's try this out real quick. PB blaster. Alright, after some off the camera cleaning, because all underneath is completely covered in just nasty slime and sludge and stuff. But we got the bolts off on those side, those are all loose. Let me get a light real quick. That one's out, that bottom one's out. I went ahead and busted these loose. These were all been sitting over about a year. I didn't know that one was broken off, but now I do. So yeah, I'm just gonna knock these off and then pull this forward to see if we can get some more room, and then should be able to start pulling this thing out right now. Alright, so we done both of the top nuts to the exhaust manifold. Now we're just going to take it off here so we can just move it forward and not have to worry about it. It's a 14 on this side and a 12 on this side. Sorry if you can't see it, I'm on the light, so if you can't see it, great. If you can't, you know what I'm doing. There, how's that? So, I couldn't get the exhaust off because the intermediate pipe thing or whatever I'm gonna call it goes right underneath the oil pan, and it's got a bracket on the back side that won't let you go forward. So I just unbolted it from the manifold itself, and I got the manifold off. Now I'm just gonna kind of move what I can out the way with the cherry picker right here, kind of get it situated, and go ahead and support the motor up, and then we can pull the motor mount off and then try to move it over so we can start getting a gap in between here, and then pull the rest of the bolts out and then scoop it all out. So it's a little tedious work, but it really doesn't take long. You just gotta figure out what's all there. It would be a lot easier if I could actually see the bolts, but as you could tell, most of the bolts are covered in dirt and oil and junk, and yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna end it for today because I have some more things to do around the house, and I want to go clean the Mustang and probably mess with the new project that I was probably not going to mention, but I just now mentioned. I wasn't gonna pull the trans with the motor, but as dirty as it is, I might as well and just have it out, and then I'll go ahead and power wash all that together. And then since the whole engine bay will be completely cleaned, I can go ahead and probably fixing all that surface rust type, because I don't want that to spread more and then my trans mount gets compromised and stuff like that. So we'll be right back after these short messages or days or whatever, however I decide to edit this. Latest. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Damage Garage. Today we'll be messing with the Honda again. I want to try to get as much as I can off. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it today because I'm having trouble with the shift linkage. From the shift linkage to the trans, there's a little pin that goes in between for the actual linkage to stay connected to the trans, and apparently it's called a bitch pin for a reason. So I've been having fun with that, and I've already kind of been tackling the rest of the car to try to get as much done as I can off camera. That way when I'm on camera I can describe it and tell you what's going on, and then just do it on the other side and show you. Let's go look. So I slipped and died right there on the cardboard, but this is exhaust, shift linkage, and right where my finger is pointing is the bitch pin. Now, what I've been told is you're supposed to drive it up, and from what I can see, it's slowly coming, I think. But it's a real pain. And it doesn't really help that it's covered in mud and oil and stuff. Other than that, I did get to work on this side to pull the axle out so that I can get ready to pull the trans out with it. Take off the top control arm bolt. I don't know if yours will have a little cover, because this one had a little cover for the ball joint. If you do, then it's 210s and then the 17. Same thing for the tie rod bolt. I believe that was a 17. The axle nut itself is a 32. Once you get that all busted off, get this caliper little bracket off. That way you can move the knuckle out the way and kind of push this axle back and out. Then once you get it out, you can get a pry bar and stick it right down in there, and then just pry back. And it should push it out and should be able to get your axle out. I went ahead and did this side. The other side, I started to get to work on it. The axle nut was kind of being a pain, but I got it off. So now it's just the upper ball joint and then the caliper bracket, and then we'll push it back like I said, and then same thing on this side. Get a pry bar, pry outward, just enough to get it to hang down, because I mean the motor and trans is coming up anyway. So other than that, the linkage right here, you just unscrew it up to where it goes down deep enough, and there's like a little bit of gap for the cable to go through, and there's also a gap for the cable to go through on this side. This cable goes here, and it was held in by this little pin right here. So it just slides in and keeps it in place. You just pull that out and the linkage comes straight out. It's these two, I believe, and that one. I mean, that will get out of the way. And we'll pull these three on that one. Then the front, and of course that one's already off. So I mean, pretty simple, but it makes it really hard whenever everything is covered in mud and oil and a little bit of transmission fluid, and probably a little bit of coolant. I think my plan is I'm just gonna pull them together and try to get that shift linkage to come up or towards me as much as I can. That way, if it's in the air higher, then I can try to hit the pin out better. Because right now it's pretty low. I mean, I could jack it up more, but I really don't want to. I can still fit it in there and swing, but it'll probably help. I'm gonna try to record as much as I can today. Like I said, I don't know how much I'm gonna get done. So I'll set you down on the tripod, get a light over here, and we'll get started on this side. All right, I had to move the toolbox because the light died. As I was saying, you could take this bolt off and it would give you more room or whatever. I don't recommend taking the forks off, but you can. It really just comes down to preference. All right, so one of these pull back, move this out the way, and she's free. And we're gonna get a pry bar. Just like that. See how it popped out? And just slide her all the way up. Now that that's out of the way, I can take off the transmission mounts, go ahead and get it ready, and put the leveler on. Should be ready to go. Alright, so I don't usually toot my own horn, but I didn't think that was going to come out today. Got a lot of progress done, and it looks like frame isn't bad. I don't see any bad rust. As you can see, this thing is filthy. Can't wait to take this apart and clean it all up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it there because like I said, I didn't think I was gonna get that done, but I did. So now, tomorrow, maybe this weekend, I'll go ahead and pull the trans off and get the motor on the stand, and then I'll be able to start breaking it down, taking the trans to my parents' house because we have a pressure washer, all that. Probably do the same thing with the motor, take that over there, pressure wash it, wire wheel it, completely clean it, because I'd really like a nice engine bay. Because any of y'all know how Hondas are built, but somehow Honda I see is usually shaved bay and just immaculate. But mine's probably not gonna be like that, because I just want it to be a budget, fun, friendly AB turbo. No surprise for you on that one. I did pick up a Honda ECU for it. My buddy had a D16 turbo build little Honda, but ended up blowing up before his internals decided to notch itself. So he went ahead and sold that whole car and parted it out. I was lucky enough to grab the ECU. Plan is maybe doing a mini-me swap in this, just doing a D16, because like I said, I do want it kind of be reliable. I'm not gonna try to shoot for 500 wheel or nothing. It'll probably be like 300 maybe, I don't know. Hard part's out, a hard part's done. I can go home and have a beer. So as always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, content.